Trap. Shout out to the trap team. Hit that thumbs up. So Crawford, he been doing interviews. Look, I'm just fed up with the antics, man. I'm fed up. I was the first one telling y'all go back and check the dates when everybody was on this. Oh, Crawford is this and that, and he's pound for pound. I kept telling everybody, who has Crawford fought? I mean, Broner was dominant at the lower weight classes too, but until he stepped up and really started fighting somebody's, we couldn't tell whether he just was the best of the average guys, a C plus, or whether or not he was of the elite cloth. Same thing with Crawford, and now he's crying because he doesn't get credit for fighting scrubs. Can Benavidez fight? Benavidez is decent, but he couldn't move. It's not that you saying like he's just totally horrible. He just was only so capable of maximizing his talents, and against a Crawford, him just being a standing target is not the best for him. Now he just got sloppy at the end, and Crawford took advantage of it. Kudos to him for that. But Benavidez is not of the elite cloth. Could he have been had he not got shot in the leg and been able to be more mobile? Possibly. But that's not the case. Jeff Horn. I had Jeff Horn beating Pacquiao, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite on that. But Pacquiao, without the enhancements, drug tested Pacquiao isn't the same guy than Pacquiao with Novada testing against Keith Thurman. So, I mean, Horn came in, he fought a good fight. I take my hat off to him. But again, that doesn't, to me, that fight said less about Horn and more about a Pacquiao on a fair playing field. And on a fair playing field, I mean, it's whatever. Keith Thurman, his win against Thurman is like Thurman got married, went to Nepal. Thurman is into nature. His trainer died. He's not really into boxing like that. So this is not like a Thurman who fought Sean Porter and Danny Garcia when he was a bit more focused. And even then, you seen him 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And towards the back end of the fight, it was close, but we seen Thurman almost get put down to Jose Zito Lopez. So, I mean, that's not really doing much for me. So, Jeff Horn, who was a school teacher before the Pacquiao fight, he wants credit for that. He wants credit for Benavidez that was immobile. These are decent guys. You're not picking them against top tier guys. Um, who else he wants credit for? Egas. Egas was decent, and Egas was outdoing Crawford most of that fight. He was getting outboxed. He got caught. Some say it was a slip. Some say it was a draw. Crawford toughed it out. But again, this is not a top guy. Even Crawford issue is he gets caught. So against certain fighters of an elite echelon or elite punching range like a Danny or Spence, and it's just a different level. You can't get caught like he was in that Felix Diaz fight in the second round. I mean, he's good, but he has very sloppy points to when you get to that next level, you're not just going to be able to start dogging, when you bite down and make an Egas quit. You're not going to be able to do that to a Sean Porter, which is why he's avoiding Sean Porter. He doesn't want that fight. Porter keeps calling for the fight. He has a million excuses. Well, you didn't want me, want the bill. It's all of these excuses. He acts like he's the only one fighting this mandatory. No, Porter fought as mandatory. And like I kept telling everybody, stop reporting on Crawford when they say he's negotiating with Pacquiao. This is the big thing with the propaganda. All he's doing, my point was to make, All he's doing, he doesn't want to fight any top competition. He only wants Spence because he wants the big payday. That's it. He's not trying to prove legacy because y'all have gave him his kudos and gave him the crown for beating average guys. So him, along with Top Rank, see no need for him to fight anybody at the top because you gave him pound for pound for beating nobodies. Not nobodies, but we'll say average guys. I'm not going to disrespect those guys like that, but they're average guys. So for all we know, he could just be the cream of the crop of the average guys. Like if you had an average point guard competition, like I've been saying this, and he just happened to be the one that's just a little bit tougher, a little bit more in shape, a little bit more than the average guys, but he could just be a C plus. And until he fights a Sean Porter, until he fights Errol Spence, and I'll even say Ugas. Ugas locked in as a top tier talent. He could be a tough fight for everybody at the top as well. He beat Crawford in the amateurs and he wants that fight. But Crawford's not gonna fight any of those guys. He's gonna fight another nobody. He's gonna throw these guys' name out there just to attach himself to Floyd, to attach himself to Conor, to attach himself to Pacquiao, to attach himself to Spence. He's going to attach himself to all Charlo, all of these big names, and it's only marketing because he's not going to have any of those big names in the ring. They're not going to risk a vulnerable Crawford against better competition and blow the big investment, the big payday. He already isn't a huge draw outside of his hometown. He's just not a sale like Spence. So their best bet at building his brand is attaching him to other top brands. Stop pushing his propaganda. Demand that he fight somebody. And if he doesn't fight anybody, don't tune in. Just don't tune in because it's not fair that these other guys have to actually put in work and he gets to sit back and still get crowned pound for pound king. It's not fair to Sean Porter. It's not fair to Errol Spence. It's not fair to Danny. Not fair to Thurman. All of these guys, like none of those guys are fighting. They're all fighting each other. Fight somebody. Stop with the propaganda. You've done very little. You're getting credit for beating average guys. You're Broner 2.0 until proven otherwise.